Good morning everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs of 24th of June. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app, and for regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. This is the name of Telegram channel GKToday YouTube. Now we have started a new channel Civils Academy, so if you find it relevant, you can subscribe to it. Now let's start. Which Indian stands at the 9th position in the Forbes real-time billionaires list with a net worth of $64.6 billion. So he is Mr. Mukesh Ambani, and he is on 9th position as per the Forbes real-time billionaires list. His net worth is $64.6 billion. Now recently he was in news because RIL, that is Reliance Industries Limited, crossed 11 trillion mark, and RIL became the first Indian company to be valued at $150 billion. Recently, he was also in news as this company announced itself net debt free. So he is on 9th position as per this list of Forbes. Which country provided a tariff exemption of 97% of exports from Bangladesh? So this country is China, and China is playing the economic diplomacy in India's neighborhood. And now China has provided tariff exemptions for 97% of the exports from Bangladesh. The Prime Minister of Bangladesh is Sheikh Hasina. Now China was also in news because of Mauritius. Apart from that, China was also in news because of Kohala hydropower project, and India has strongly objected against this project. China was also in news because of pangolin, as recently China accorded the highest level of protection to the pangolin and removed the scales of pangolin from the list of approved traditional medicines. Which organization has received a patent for its liquid cooling and heating garment? So this organization is ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization, and recently it received a patent for its LCHG, that is liquid cooling and heating garment. So this special garment is made up of a biocompatible fabrics, and it has a mechanism of controlling temperature. So this will be helpful for the astronauts as they will be able to ensure comfortable temperature of this garment. This can also be used in military operations, in firefighting, and in extreme environment issues in industrial areas. ISRO is under Department of Space. The headquarters of ISRO is in Bengaluru. Vidyaben Shah, who passed away recently, was associated with which field? So she was associated to social work, and she passed away recently. She established first Bal Bhavan in Rajkot in Gujarat. Apart from that, she had also served as the president of ICCW. What is ICCW? It is Indian Council for Child Welfare. Now, in addition to Vidyaben Shah, recently movie producer Steve Bing passed away. In addition to him, recently retired Major General Lakshman Singh Lehal passed away. Which country is the largest holder of US government securities at the end of April 2020? So this country is Japan, and China is on 2nd position, while India is on 12th position in terms of US government securities. So India is now the 12th largest holder of US government securities. Now Japan was also in news because of lunar polar exploration mission, and for this mission India and Japan are going to collaborate. Japan was also in news as Japanese pro wrestler Hana Kimura passed away. Japan was also in news because of mission Purvodaya, and for that India and Japan are going to collaborate. Japan is also a part of G4 group, which is demanding the expansion of United Nations Security Council, and recently India got elected as non-permanent member of United Nations Security Council. India is going to be the president of United Nations Security Council in August 2021. Answer in comment box who was elected as the president of United Nations General Assembly. On which date the International Day of Celebration of Solstice is observed? So it is on 21st of June. Now apart from that, 23rd of June is celebrated as Olympics Day. Apart from that, 23rd of June is also celebrated as UNPS Day. What is UNPS? It is United Nations Public Service Day. In addition to that, 23rd of June is also celebrated as International Widows Day. Mount Merapi, which was in news recently, is in which country? So this Mount Merapi is in Indonesia and it is the most active volcano of Indonesia. Recently it was in news because it erupted again. Now in Indonesia there is a port and it is Sabang port. India and Indonesia are working together for this port. Which Indian state or union territory is set to launch a new initiative for school students named ECTO Khelo, ECTO Padho. So this is an initiative of Tripura government and the objective of this initiative is to promote the learning process of school students. So this is a proposed initiative which is going to be started from 25th of June and this is for students up to class 8. So the scheme is named as ECTO Khelo, ECTO Padho. It means play little, study little. Which institution is to launch decarbonizing transport in India in collaboration with ITF, that is International Transport Forum. So Niti Aayog is going to start this decarbonizing transport in India initiative. And for this purpose, Niti Aayog is going to collaborate with International Transport Forum. And this project is a part of DTEE. What is DTEE? It is decarbonizing transport in emerging economies. And presently, India, Azerbaijan, Argentina, and Morocco are the participants of this DTEE. Now, Niti Aayog is an executive body. It is the successor of Planning Commission. Which metro station of India is to have the first seaman station of North India with special facilities for transgenders? So, this is Noida Metro Station. So, recently Noida Metro Rail Corporation announced its plan to convert Sector 50 metro station into Seaman Metro Station. So, this is going to be the first such station in North India and it will provide special opportunities to the transgender community. Please note that this will be open for all passengers. However, it will cater specifically to the transgender passengers. In which Indian state the famous Ambubachi festival is celebrated? So, this is in Assam and this festival is celebrated at Kamakhya temple in the state of Assam. And this Kamakhya temple is situated on the top of Nilachal hills. Now Assam was also in news as recently it started Dhanvantri scheme for the home delivery of medicines. Assam was also in news as recently State Pollution Control Board of Assam directed Oil India Limited to close its operation in Bagzian oil fields. Now at state level we have State Pollution Control Board. At central level we have CPCB, that is Central Pollution Control Board, and CPCB is a statutory organization. Recently CPCB partnered with Bhopal Municipal Corporation to set up India's first e-waste clinic setup in Bhopal. Rajendra Goyal, who passed away recently, is associated to which field? So he was well-known cricketer and he passed away recently. He was left-arm spinner. The corporation of which state or union territory has launched Mission Zero plan to combat COVID-19. So recently this was started by BMC of Maharashtra. What is BMC? It is Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation. So it has started Mission Zero Rapid Action Plan to combat COVID-19. Now, as per Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Maharashtra is on top in terms of number of people affected by COVID-19 in our country. Now, in the context of COVID-19, recently one term was in news and it is Coronil. So, this is name of medicine that has been launched by Patanjali, though Ayush Ministry and ICMR are yet to verify its claim. Which Indian state is set to become the first state to launch an employment guarantee scheme for urban poor? So, this state is Jharkhand and the name of this scheme is Mukhyamantri Shramik Yojana. So, it is first such initiative by state government to launch employment guarantee scheme for urban poors. So, this is going to be on lines of Manrega, that is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. So, Manrega is mainly for rural areas and now Jharkhand government is planning to start this Mukhyamantri Shramik Yojana for urban poor. And as per this scheme, if a person does not get work within 15 days of request, unemployment allowance will be provided to that person. And for that purpose, Urban Employment Guarantee Council would be set up. And this council is going to be headed by Chief Minister himself and So the Urban Development Minister is going to be the Vice President and Chief Minister is going to be the President of this council. What is the theme of World Hydrography Day? So the theme was Hydrography Enabling Autonomous Technologies. So every year on 21st of June, this World Hydrography Day is celebrated, and it is celebrated by IHO. What is IHO? It is International Hydrographic Organization. So answer in comment box, where is the headquarters of this organization? 21st of June is also celebrated as Yoga Day. It is also celebrated as Music Day, Motorcycle Day. How many countries are the members of Eurasian Group on combating money laundering and financing of terrorism? So total 9 countries are the members of this grouping, and recently it was in news because India attended the 32nd meeting of this EAG grouping, and this meeting was organized through video conferencing. So 9 countries are the members of this grouping, and these 9 countries are Russia, China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan and Belarus. Please note that apart from Turkmenistan and Belarus, rest of the countries are the members of SCO. What is SCO? It is Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The headquarters of SCO is in Beijing, and in SCO, India and Pakistan are also the members. India and Pakistan became the members of SCO after Astana Summit in 2017. So now coming back to this EAG, so this is associated to FATF. What is FATF? It is Financial Action Task Force. And recently Saudi Arabia became the first country in the Arab world to get the full-fledged membership of FATF. The headquarters of FATF is in OECD Secretariat. What is OECD? It is Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, and its headquarters is in Paris in France. Which country has committed to provide 200 million euros to India to support the country's response to tackle COVID-19? So this country is France. Now France is a permanent member of United Nations Security Council. Now answer in comment box recently which countries other than India got elected as the non-permanent members of United Nations Security Council. So in UNSC there are total 15 members, out of which 5 are permanent and 10 are non-permanent. These 10 are elected for 2 years term, and these 10 are elected in a set of 5-5. That means 5 members are elected each year. Which country is the chair of ASEAN Association for 2020? So this year Vietnam is the chair. ASEAN stands for Association of Southeast Asian Nations, and ASEAN was formed through Bangkok Declaration. It was signed in Bangkok in 1967. Presently 10 countries are the members of ASEAN, and this year Vietnam is the chair of ASEAN grouping. Now recently it was in news because the 36th ASEAN Summit is going to be in the end of June. Previously it was postponed due to COVID-19. So these were the most important questions of today's quiz. Now we are going to cover some important news. So feel free to skip this section at your own risk. So first news is Cipremi. It is a medicine by Cipla, and recently it got approval for the treatment of COVID-19 patients in India. So this is a generic version of Remdesivir. It is important to note that Japan was the first country to approve Remdesivir drug as a treatment for COVID-19. Next is Indra Rasoi Yojana. So recently it was announced by Rajasthan government. The present Chief Minister of Rajasthan is Mr. Ashok Gehlot. So this initiative will be started to ensure that no one in the state sleeps hungry. Next is National Security Bureau. So China is planning to set up this National Security Bureau in Hong Kong. Now Hong Kong was also in news because of a security bill by China. Next is Tonoshiro to Tonoshiro Shenkaku. Now there is a disputed island between China and Japan, and this island is known as Senkaku Island in Japan, while in China it is known as Diao. And the entire area in which this island of Senkaku is situated, this area is known as Tonoshiro in Japan. So this area in which this island of Senkaku is located, this area is known as Tonoshiro in Japan. Now recently a bill was passed in Japan to rename this Tonoshiro, and the new name is Tonoshiro Shenkaku. Next is related to China. So China recently launched satellite as a part of its Beidou satellite system. So this BIDO satellite system is of China, GPS is of USA, GLONASS is of Russia, Galileo is of European Union, and NAVIC is a navigation system of our country. Now, recently China completed the launch of its final satellite for this project, and this satellite was a part of this BIDO navigation system, and it was 55th satellite of this system. Next is Natarajan Chandrasekaran. So recently Tata's Natarajan Chandrasekaran was reappointed as the part-time non-official director on RBI Central Board. Next is related to Rajasthan government. So recently Rajasthan government signed a pact with Power Grid and EDCIL to set up smart classroom in 100 schools. What is EDCIL? It is Educational Consultants India Limited. Next is related to Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. So recently his death anniversary was celebrated. He was the founder of Bharatiya Jan Sangh, which later became Bharatiya Janata Party. Next is related to IFTAS, that is Indian Financial Technology and Allied Services. So it is a subsidiary of RBI, and recently it appointed T. Ravi Shankar as the chairperson and N. Rajendran as the Chief Executive Officer of this IFTAS, that is Indian Financial Technology and Allied Services. Next is related to 15th Finance Commission. Recently 15th Finance Commission was in news as it submitted its recommendations in the context of rural local bodies, and following the recommendations of Finance Commission, recently Finance Ministry released funding for rural local bodies. Next is related to visa suspension. So recently US President suspended the range of visas including H1B, H4 visa till the end of this current year. Now I have already uploaded a special video on this topic, and it is on Civils Academy, so you can check it if you are interested. Next is UNSC 1267 Sanctions Committee. So recently this committee was in news because Pakistan was trying to misuse these sanctions, and USA blocked and terminated a proposal by Pakistan to proscribe Indian nationals by UNSC 1267 Sanctions Committee. Pakistan was trying to link 4 Indian nationals to a terror attack in Pakistan. However, this proposal was blocked and terminated by USA. Next is related to Saudi Arabia. So recently Saudi Arabia announced that it will hold a very limited Hajj this year. Next is related to PM CARES Fund Trust. So recently it allocated 2000 crores for the supply of 15,000 indigenously manufactured ventilators to the government hospitals. It is important to note that PM CARES Fund is not under the purview of RTI, and recently Finance Ministry accepted the proposal that now fund can be also donated to NDRF, that is National Disaster Response Fund. Next is Professional Risk Managers International Association. So this association was in news as Dr. Nirakar Pradhan was appointed as the Chief Executive Officer of this PRIMA. What is PRIMA? It is Professional Risk Managers International Association. Next is India's first virtual healthcare and hygiene expo 2020. So this was inaugurated by Mansukh Mandavia. He is the Minister of State for Shipping and Chemicals and Fertilizers. So recently Mansukh Mandavia introduced India's largest virtual healthcare and hygiene expo, and this expo was organized by FICCI. FICCI is headed by Dr. Sangeeta Reddy. Answer in comment box recently who became the president of FICCI Ladies Organization. Next is Mark Calloway. So it is the name of WWE wrestler The Undertaker. Recently he was in news because he announced his retirement from WWE. Next is Swasth Card. So recently Yes Bank partnered with a fintech startup named Afford Plan to launch Swasth Card. So it is a healthcare card. Next is Cannes Film Market 2020. So recently the Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Mr. Prakash Javadekar inaugurated the virtual Indian Pavilion at Cannes Film Market 2020. And this year, India sent 2 films for screening. These 2 films are Mai Ghat and Hellaro. So this Mai Ghat is a Marathi film and this Hellaro is a Gujarati film. And last news is related to Amartya Sen. So recently GBT, that is German Book Trade, has selected economist Amartya Sen for its prestigious 2020 Peace Prize. So these were the most important questions and news events of today's video. Now, homework for you. So first homework is what is UNSC 1267 committee. Second homework is Finance Commission. And third homework is India's navigation system, which is popularly known as NAVIC.